They look good. I hear they're good. Oh, I get kisses. Hi, kitty. How are you? Thank you. Thank you for kisses. Oh, hi, kitty. I can't have you on my lap right now, though. Oh, big hugs. Big hugs. I can't have you on my lap while I'm drawing, though. That makes it very difficult. Resident Evil 2 remake was on sale for $12 PlayStation. I'm currently playing RE2 and 4. How much was it? I think it was like 20 bucks. If you got it from Newegg? Was it Newegg? If you got it from Newegg, you can get the Steam version for like 14 or 20 bucks, something like that. It was a good price. Which I'm surprised it wasn't just like a default Steam sale. Usually that's like one of the appeals of having Steam. Is the Steam sales? Oh, that's kind of cute. But do you play multiple games at once? Or do you finish one and then come back to it? Or come back to it, finish one at a time. Because I used to work across the street from a GameStop. So when I would have like a couple days off of work or whatever, like on my weekend, I'd be like, I'm going to finish a game. And then I'm going to go to GameStop on my lunch break and get a new game. But only when I finish the game. And then I'd wonder where my money went. I have to redraw that arm. It's bugging me. Yes, kitty, what are you doing? think this should be curved in more. I play mini games at once. I tend not to finish the games I started. Huh. I feel guilty. I feel guilty when I start a new game and I haven't finished one. I'm like, oh, why am I playing this one when I have so many other things to play? Or when I have so many things, why am I playing this one when I haven't finished this one? It's just sitting there in the corner, like all the drawings I start and never finish. Why did I open a window? I wanted. I was going to look for something and I forgot what it was. Good job. Oh, I remember. I think. I wanted to open. See, I wanted to see if this person was live. That's what it was. Are you? Are you? You are not. Okay. Here we go. Thank you for the roses. I don't enjoy not finishing games, but I have such a hard time focusing on one game for so long. That's a fair point. When I was streaming more games, I don't know if I'm gonna keep streaming games. I don't know. I might do like little games. I would do a schedule, so I would do like one game this day, and then go back to this long game because I was playing Yakuza 0. I mean, sometimes it's like I can't focus on this game for too long, and I need something to spice it up. Where did I draw this arm? There it is. That's where I drew that arm. Draw that a little bit more thick. Thick. Do my sleeve like this. So I'm like, do I want my little bow? Yes, I do, because the bow's cute. I feel like my neighbors, my upstairs neighbors, haven't been like super loud lately, except for when I stream. And then they're like, ah, shit, here we go again. And then I can hear them like either stomp or drop something, and I'm like, but why? What if we just did it? I really like how in Steven Universe they kind of draw like open, excited mouths like hearts. And I've kind of stolen that. Because I think it's just cute. But then I also like when like teeth are like drawn like just like a little upper tooth like little line. I think that's so cute. But it's too small detail for the for an emote. Maybe for the Twitch panels. Does the face feel too squished? Let's see, let's just merge these layers down because it makes my life easier. I don't remember the shortcut for that. Why would you merge with the background? What the heck? Merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. Boop. No, you goose. Lower that. Yes. I feel like the way that I draw the hair makes the face look a little squished. Like it's a little crowded. Né? Yeah, it's these little pieces here that are too crowded. It kind of gives like a little squished feel on the top of the head. So let's unsquishify. Or attempt to unsquishify. I feel like I've been repeating words like that in my head since the new Wicked movie came out. And I don't know, I've seen the play. I have the musical basically memorized. But but it wasn't until the movie when I kind of got like the way they talk kind of stuck in my head. They played A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead is pretty awesome noise detection. I have not. Is that the one where you can't like talk? Like it'll find you if you make any noise? Yeah. I bring a Markiplier, but a lot of my game exposure is from like watching Markiplier play games, and then I go, I won't play that. But I think, was he playing something like that? I don't know. I consume far too much YouTube. Speaking of, there is a video I wanted to put on. Yeah, oh. Let's see. I'll put this on in the background. Boop, 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 boop. Ah. Why was that so loud? And why does Willie talk so fast? I did not put that on, what is it, ×2. Hi, remember me? Hi! I don't know if anybody knows YouTube drama or is into YouTube drama. I have a problem that I've been kind of stuck on YouTube drama lately. Yeah, ba 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 ba. But what's funny is it's like half of my exposure to like some content creators because I kind of like stick to like my people. Are you an anime fan? I am an anime fan. But no, I've been following like this like situation of this like YouTuber who's like moral high ground kind of person, and then he comes to find out that he was like verbally and slightly physically abusive to his ex-girlfriend. Not like in a laughy way, but like, brah. And it's like, I feel like there are like some creators that would like get away with it because like they are just a-holes and misogynistic and stuff. But then when you're like, no, I am the beacon of social justice, ah ba 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 ba, then you just kind of set yourself up for failure. When you do like anything wrong. Do you play Repo? I have not played Repo. Can I say, wait, before I start it, I've been trying to find like other VTubers to like try and play Repo with, and like somebody was just like, oh, I'm looking for like people to collab and play repo with, and I was like, I've been wanting to play a repo, let's play. And then they just kind of responded with like LOL, and I was like, what the fuck? I just want to make VTuber friends. Is that too much to ask for? I have it downloaded and everything, and I'm like, eee. I don't know. My schedule, though, I guess kind of makes it hard to like do collabs sometimes. But I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. I just wasn't capturing that.
After almost a full year, Alex has finally responded to the allegations of physical abuse, threats.
You always take this fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is.
Why are you so
just
loud?
do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
Yeah, I seem like
I
this
didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up.
And worst of all, saying slurs. Yeah, after threatening to domestically abuse your partner, it doesn't
Oh
seem
my
like the most
gosh.
important thing to address. This video is hilarious. The entire video is essentially him saying no you and blaming her for everything he was accused of.
Alice has done all of this despite claiming she was never physically abusive at any point in our relationship, which is a lie, as Alice was physically abusing me regularly, which she has hidden and now lied about publicly.
Except he has a fraction of the text messages. He ignores audio, video, text messages where he admits to kicking her. I insulted you. I shouldn't have kicked you. He broke her equipment and monitors when she left the house. I will be fine without you. You're nothing without me. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to break your neck. What Alex thinks is a good defense is baffling. This might go down as the worst redemption video on YouTube. Again, it took him a year to put this out. And the best part is, Alex made a second document that's 749 pages. My God, that proves Alex is lying throughout this entire video.
Even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog,
What
you
the
don't
fuck
fucking
are
do
you
it.
doing?
You fight. For some
Fucking
reason. I
leave
don't
me
know why you-
alone!
There's this thing called Claire's Law in the UK, where if you could prove that you're dating somebody, you could call the police and see if there was any reports of domestic abuse from past partners. Alice claims to have reported Alex.
Alice said
That is so cool that they have that kind of law in the UK. Like, there's so much domestic abuse that you just have to be like freaking lucky if like an ex-girlfriend reaches out and is like, hey, this person bad. I saw like this like crime story where this woman, like their baby was like abused and whatever, and so she left her ex, and he ends up marrying another woman, and then she tried to warn the other woman and she just kind of ignored her, and then she sees in the news that you know, he inevitably did what he did, and but it would be nice if they had like a Claire's Law in the States.
said that future partners can check Claire's Law and later claimed she got me put down in the system so that any future partners who know how Claire's Law works can use this information to stay safe from me. The information that is accessible through Claire's Law will be a criminal record, also known as a criminal history. All of this information is available on the Claire's Law website, which I will link in the
Do you like true crime stuff? I do, actually. I was gonna, this shorter stream, so I was gonna put on a Rotten Mango today, but Rotten Mango's videos are like really long. And I didn't used to like true crime because it would like make me like really anxious. My mom was like really into true crime, so she would like, I'd always see her watch like America's Most Wanted and stuff, and it would like stress me the hell out. Like I'd be afraid to like go into our kitchen because I was like convinced there would be somebody in there. Not in the kitchen, but like we had like a side that went to the backyard, and there was a window there, and I was always afraid that there would like I would see somebody outside that window just like watching me. I was convinced it was gonna happen.
Description. Alice has said that Claire's Law can be used and that I am in the system, alleging that I am a convicted criminal or that I have a criminal record.
Alex is either stupid or purposefully misleading viewers because your partner doesn't need to have a criminal record, but if they do have one, the police will let you know. That's all that's saying. If you're dating someone, Claire's Law will allow you to see any reported history of violence or abuse. When Alex uses the phrase on Claire's Law, that doesn't really make sense because Claire's Law isn't a database. I had email exchanges as well as phone calls with the woman's hotline and was provided information by the Kent police in the UK. You don't have to be criminally convicted. It's simply a law that allows you as someone who may be dating Alex to see police reports made against him or criminal convictions. It's both. The Kent police sent me some material, but most of this is on Claire Law's website. The exact thing Alex links in his video. It can include emotional abuse, financial abuse, online or digital abuse, threats to being degrading. They will update you on any report of threatening behavior, economic abuse, being controlling.
When you should lay down like a good fucking dog.
God, Willie talks so fast. True crime's pretty cool. My mom hates it though. I was corrupted. I was corrupted into liking it. And I didn't like it though until I would start listening to like crime podcasts. I think it's the TV shows where like you talk to the actual victims or like the family of the victims that would like stress me out. But the podcast was just like somebody talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I like this. When TikTok is in your life and you say, no, I'm not really an anime fan. So if you read the TikTok, it's a joke that I want season 2 of Host Club to come out. I'm literally an anime girl. Of course I'm an anime fan. That's the joke of the TikTok. My whole family likes it, but my mom, I can't think of any of my family likes true crime other than my mom. It was like her favorite thing. That and sports. But my sister, I put on, I don't know if you watch Rotten Mango, but I put on the Rotten Mango video for her about the P. Diddy. I was like, oh yeah, you'll like this because you're like interested in it. And like she goes into depth, and she was like all into it, but she was just like, this hurts my soul. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're such a baby.
At one point, Alice starts talking about starting a YouTube channel. It's a dream of mine, a fun hobby I wanted to build, and Alex responds, shut the fuck up, you know what I meant, so kill yourself. You're a shit girlfriend, genuinely bad at it, you dumb whore. He's calling her the N-word? That's the truth. He breaks her stuff after he hit her. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to break your neck. He routinely spurred out like this, and then he cried when she finally left. The guy was nuts.
I realize now that I was putting so much focus on, you know, making you start a YouTube channel so that, like, you'd have money, and I would get angry at you, and I would say, like, oh, you aren't trying to improve your life, and I was projecting my own insecurities onto you, when all you wanted to do was see me change. You didn't care about any of that. You just wanted me to be a better boyfriend.
And digital abuse is abuse. We're all vulnerable to it online. That's why this video is sponsored by Aura.
God damn it, Willie. What's Rotten Mango? Rotten Mango is, what is her name? Stephanie Sue's, her crime podcast. It's like 2 hours long. Usually each episode is like 2 hours long. And, she goes like super into depth on like different crime cases. She paints like she's just like super storytelling. She paints a really good picture. I love the way she tells stories. And it's like she's sitting there talking to her husband about like this random true crime situation. What's on YouTube? YouTube, and she posts the podcast on Spotify too. I'm like kind of behind on some of the episodes, but I usually just kind of watch when a topic kind of piques my interest. I think the most recent one I watched was like quote unquote real life Stranger Things. That's interesting. I think it's like most of like the foreign crimes that I find more interesting. Who else is good? Dire Trip. She goes into a lot of detail about some crimes, so it's not exactly for the faint of heart. But their videos are good too. Coffee House Crime. He's also good. But those are all YouTube channels. I feel like they're pretty respectful with the cases that they cover. Not like they're making light of it. I definitely think Stephanie Sue Rotten Mango is like the most like diligent, I think, with true crime stuff. Who the heck is flagging my chat for harassment and bullying? The fuck? Might be. So let me just remove. Not annoying at all. Okay.
Where people's personal information is being maliciously shared and posted online, it's an important reminder that people like you and me are just as vulnerable. Data brokers have websites where anyone can buy anyone else's personal information for just a few bucks. So it's important that you take the time to protect yourself. I do using Aura. Aura identifies brokers on your behalf and automatically submits opt-out requests that would otherwise be impossible to keep.
Can we make it like a thing where data brokers, you can have my info, like not like sensitive info and stuff, but you know, like my browsing data and stuff, and like the stuff I'm into, so you can curate your ads to me more. But the money that you're giving to data brokers, just give it to me. Pay me for my information. Like, that money shouldn't go to like different companies that I sign up for. You can have the info. Just pay me for it.
Up with on your own. Seriously, just Google your name. You will see your address, phone numbers, family members popping up on all of these white pages websites. But if you give Aura just a bit of your personal information, after a few weeks, all of that will start to be taken down. You'll get less spam emails, less spam calls on your phone. It is genuinely life-changing. And Aura will continuously monitor the dark web and alert you if your personal information was exposed. You won't leave the back door to your house open at night, so why do it online? Plus, they give you up to $5 million of identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. So stop the spam calls and protect yourself online by going to aura.com/WillyMac to start your 14-day free trial. Thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video. Now, where were we? Claire's Law. A key aspect of Claire's Law is that they don't tell you when you're reported on, otherwise it could put the victim in danger. Alex acts like it's a public record.
Alice claims she had achieved her goal of getting me put on a list accessible via Claire's Law, and that she had saved people because of this. None of the statements made about the police investigation make any sense, as Alice claims she had put me on a list that would require me having a criminal record and a caution from the police but also says the police didn't do anything at all. This is because Alice is and always was lying. I would like to make it incredibly clear. I have never been contacted, approached, or interviewed by police at any point in my life, and I do not have a record or any cautions.
Everything he said is wrong or irrelevant. There is no investigation because it probably can't lead to a criminal conviction. Alex wouldn't be cautioned from the police because it's a disclosure, only available to future partners upon request. Alice shows that she was in contact with Kent police. She shows her victim care card, quoting Alex threatening to break her neck. Now, I tried to apply as Alex's gay lover to see if the police would disclose any information to me, but the police will only do it if you have a face-to-face meeting where you bring proof of your identity. So outside of the evidence that Alice has already posted herself, I can't confirm anything farther without actually dating Alex, and I'm just not willing to go that far for this video. But everything he's
Well,
saying
why
in this
not,
video
Willie?
is objectively untrue.
This is a lie.
Take one for
as
the
Alice
team.
had already posted months before she had released the document that I was on Claire's Law and a comment on TikTok in April 2024. This would mean the police investigation had already finished and that I would have a criminal record 3 months after we had broken up, which would be impossible.
I like how Alice wrote, but he's been put down in the system for anyone who knows how Claire's Law works. Cut to Alex who doesn't know how Claire's Law works. In this video, Alex is trying to prove that he was the stable but abused partner, so he discloses that he has borderline personality disorder.
Alice also posted a series of tweets in an argument on Twitter, stating that I do not have BPD, also known as borderline personality disorder. I was diagnosed by my psychiatrist with what they believe to be emotionally unstable personality disorder, also known as borderline personality disorder. I was then referred to my local community mental health team after the diagnosis from my psychiatrist. To claim that I haven't been diagnosed with BPD is untrue.
Alex's diagnosis took place months after they had broken up. How would she have known this? Also, what does this prove? How does
She
this
lied
help
about
you?
a
We know
thing
Alex
she didn't
binges
know about.
and abuses cannabis now. Wow, you sure showed her. How am I supposed to react to this? Am I supposed to be angry? How dare she not think you have BPD in this Twitter thread? Alex tries to make it seem like Alice was planning his downfall from the jump.
At this time, Alice reached out to my ex-girlfriends privately and asked my ex-girlfriend Jess to plan a statement to back up hers, lying about the involvement of the police to convince people that her story was the truth.
Are you gonna tell us what Jess's statement was? No? Fine, I'll do it. It's him writing the same type of threatening messages to her. Where's Jess? I'm very angry. I'm going to kick her head in. Now I'm locked out. Might kill her. Might actually kill her. This is Alex's video. He ignores the context and receipts that Alice brings to the table and crafts a story with the fewest DMs possible.
Alice claimed that I threatened her not to come forward with her story and repeats this when talking with YouTube commentary channels. Alice shows no proof of this.
Yes, she actually does. When they initially broke up, he tried to
I I used to talk like that, like very aggressively. Sometimes I still do. But I'm like, some people could take that the wrong way. So maybe I shouldn't. Especially like with my partner. The only thing I'm like, I'm gonna bite you. But I'm never like, I'm gonna bash your head in. I'm gonna bash your bloody head in. But even the bite thing is like more like a cute kind of thing.
win her back by doing everyday things. Go on, let me cook. The house is clean. I just put out the bins. Hot sweaty emoji. She responded, this isn't hot. It's basic living. When Alex picked up that she might go public, he threatened her to stay quiet with mutually assured destruction. If you keep posting stuff, it'll end up being a huge problem. She says for you, and he replies for us. He continues, I don't want to talk about you hitting me. I found the text about the cat. And she says, because I didn't, you'd be lying. And Alex insists, when you said you punched me. And then she replies, LOL, is that you saying you're going to use that? Because do it. He begs her one more time to stay silent. I have stayed dead silent, and it isn't enough. Alex is doing exactly what he threatened in these text messages. He's bringing up things that he never complained about and ignores all the threats he made towards her so he could come off as the beaten and battered one.
I had told my friends that Alice had been hitting me. Alice denied this on text when she found out and threatened to sue me if I continued to tell people she had been hitting me throughout our relationship. Me and my friends had a call where I answered questions about my relationship, and I told my side of the story where I explained that Alice had been physically abusing me throughout our relationship. I made it clear that I did not believe that this was an excuse for my behavior, and that our relationship was toxic and it was not good for either of us, and that I was ashamed of how I had behaved. A friend of mine at the time, a YouTuber who goes by the name of iNabber, had messaged me in our group chat encouraging me to share more stories
How do I
and all the
flip
evidence I
it
had
this
of
way?
Alice's abuse. He told me I could trust him, and that because we were friends, that they weren't going to share any of it anywhere, and that it would remain private after I made it clear that I was worried that it would be leaked. Alice messaged me with direct screenshots from the private conversation that I had had with Inaba and my friends. Alice had been sent screenshots from our private conversation, and it was clear that if I talked to anyone, she would know she was following as many of my friends as possible.
The messages are his friends asking for evidence and him not providing it.
Fraser posted on his Instagram story that I refused to share the private messages I had with Alice with him, but the reason that I didn't share them is because I was worried that they would be leaked.
And if his evidence...
I kept forgetting how annoying his almost crying voice is. Erase. I'm actually really glad I didn't actually watch the video. I only listened to it. Because if I had noticed that he was posting like the same screenshot 100 damn times in his apology video, I would have been like, what the fuck?
This is what he's showing right now. It just isn't that good. Hers is more compelling. I don't want to focus on fights because those are more he said, she said, but even the circumstantial evidence surrounding those favors her. Like, she claims he pulled her on the floor, put her in a headlock, and covered her mouth as she's screaming for him to get off of her. Now, it's hard for me to tell if Alex is arguing that this fight never happened or if he's just arguing over the date.
Alice knew she would be using them in her document and that she had been planning this full story about me. Alice has used these texts to make it seem like I had physically assaulted her when this never happened. This isn't the only time Alice has used similar proof to claim something had happened which had never taken place at all, and she does this many times in her document. At no point has this story ever been consistent, as Alice said that this happened on the 4th day that we moved in with each other in her document and in her notes app, but then it texted me that it happened on the 2nd. And to be clear, the text messages from the 17th of October also show that this was not the case.
But in Alice's new 749-page document debunking his claims, he seemingly justifies covering her mouth. She says, I was still gonna leave. I told you to never do something like that again since you dragged me. And Alex replies, you can't go around a rented house screaming. I had to stop you somehow. She continues, you put hands on me because I was screaming. Maybe stop what you were doing. And Alex replies, so I just said don't do it. I wanted to make fun of the document because it's twice the size of a Harry Potter book, but it's damning. It was already obvious that
Is that twice the size of a Harry Potter book?
To create a narrative. He reuses the
Are they
same
not
ones
700
5 different
pages?
times. Meanwhile, Alice provides thousands of messages. After reading much of her doc, Alex comes off as desperate. He blames Alice for his skin condition.
When we first started dating, it was minimal, around the stomach area, but a few months into our relationship, it had spread to my entire body. Throughout my time with Alice, it got worse, and the stress of our relationship and other issues I was having at the time were having a huge effect on me, and Alice was aware of this. Originally, she seemed supportive, but it quickly became something that she would use to hurt me. Alice started by calling me fat in text and in person, and this was because she wanted me to keep my shirt on, because she did not like my illness, and she didn't want to see it or be around it.
The text messages, I was sad to see you going all the time and asked you to stay. And then he goes, because you called me fat and kicked me in bed. How does this relate to the story he's telling?
She had complained that I spent too much time away from her. This angered Alice, and she called me names. I ignored her and turned
Your
away
doggo
so I could
barking.
go to sleep. Alice turned around in bed and kicked me in my lower back, and I told her to fuck off. And then she kicked me even harder, and then started to donkey kick me in my neck and in the back of my head. Alice had done this
Who
so
says
hard
donkey
that I fell out
kick?
of the bed while she was still kicking me. I proceeded to get incredibly angry, and I shouted at Alice, and I insulted her, and this is something that I deeply regret doing. When I messaged Alice about this on Facebook, she said that she didn't just start kicking me hard.
In the messages, Alice says, I didn't randomly start kicking you for no reason, seemingly implying that she did kick him. Now, Alice denies this in her new doc. She admits to pushing him, but never kicking him. Look, it was a toxic relationship. They were both awful.
She admitted
to each other.
slapping him,
I
too.
get it, but Alex's examples are her calling him fat and retarded. Alice's examples are him admitting to kicking her and then saying, well, it wasn't a karate kick. Him going on 6-minute rants, following around the house as she says nothing because she asked him to wipe a counter.
You look like a miserable little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you, which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, woman, just like, ask me to buy another one, or stop complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you've got to actually try and fix any of your problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about making a kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is and fix. It's fine. You don't have to know you don't clean up after yourself. Yeah, neither do you. So, don't even. It's fine. So why
Oh my gosh, why is it so long? I don't know why I find it really funny when white people call each other the N-word. Thank you, thank you. Also, welcome in.
So, who really cares what you have to say? As long as you matter. If you want to clean up, I'll hire one. It's my money.
This goes on for 4 more minutes. She
Oh,
leaves because
God.
he doesn't feel safe, and he keeps messaging her about it.
Like, just up and leave, like, for no reason, like, because you refuse to talk to me about, like, just cleaning the kitchen. I have to cancel all my plans. I'm gonna spend all day talking to lawyers tomorrow because I haven't been paid for 2 months, and you're on purposely trying to drive me up the wall. Like, I don't want to see you if you're gonna try and, like, mentally torture me. I don't understand what's so wrong about that. I know that you do it because I know that you know it drives me insane. I know that you are angry at me for something that because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen. And yeah, okay, I get it. I get that you're upset with me because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen after I used it or whatever. But oh, come on, man, it's been Christmas and, like, I am busy. Like, of course I forget to clean the side sometimes. And I was gonna do it. But I ain't even eaten breakfast yet. Like, the pressure you put on me is insane.
What makes this absolutely comical is when Alex talks about this particular night, he says that it wasn't about a counter, it was
The pressure to clean up after me. Oh my god! Bare minimum. This is like a trend on TikTok right now of like, I want like my man not to cheat on me or something. It's like, damn, women asking for the bare minimum.
about her hitting him.
I was angry and upset because Alice had hit me and then had began to threaten me. When I got angry and started to lose my temper, Alice recorded me. Alice says that she recorded this because she was scared that I'd hit her again. But this is false, as I hadn't kicked her or hit her. Alice has then begun recording me halfway through an argument that started because she had hit me after we had argued on the sofa as a way to pass off a completely false story.
He's lying. You're telling me he sent her all these voice notes, 30 minutes worth of voice notes, hundreds of text messages about this particular night, and none of them claims that she hit him. Bull.
Gonna get to bed when you stream it next. Have a good night. I will probably stream again on probably on Saturday. I typically stream Mondays and Wednesdays and some Fridays. But I've been trying to get some stuff done, and I have a meeting on Friday. So I might randomly stream on Friday. You never know. If I can get somebody to play freaking Repo with me. But I will definitely be back on Monday. For sure. But thank you for hanging out. Have a good night.
Face liar.
I'm Alice, and the side has got some crumbs on it. You can get over yourself. There's bigger shit going on in my life, and you know it. It's infuriating. You leave, making it seem like something really terrible happened. I tried to get you to turn around because you kept on walking away from me as I was talking to you.
Look at these messages over the kitchen. Your weird fits, you left me no choice. I'm throwing it out. Put it all somewhere for you to collect tomorrow. Referring to her stuff that ended up broken. Bruh, he admits in a voice message that he kicked her.
I am sorry, on the last night that you were here, that I got angry at you, and I pushed you, and then I kicked you in the behind when you walked away from me.
It's crazy.
It's not acceptable. I thought at the time that I was being, like, jokey, but not in, like, a nice way. It was mean. It was rude. I was doing it to be like, oh, come back. And it's pathetic behaviour, and it's not acceptable.
Every time I hear him admit that he kicked her, and then I think of the damn video where he's like, I never touched her. It's like, why would you physically sent her a voice clip saying that you did. Why? Get it. Cross your eyes. Cross your eyes. Dot your I's and cross your T's if you're gonna lie, my man.
But this is false, as I hadn't kicked her or hit her.
He denies smashing her stuff, but as he's putting away her things, he says, "You're going to have to put your keyboard back together. Keys came off when I put it in the box." Keys don't just fall out of keyboards. He smashed it. Her monitors were smashed. He denies
shit.
it in the video.
Alice has also gone on to accuse me of smashing
never
up
saw
her
how smashed they
belongings,
were.
which is a lie. At no point had I broken anything of Alice's during our relationship.
Here's Alex. "I didn't mean to break your screens." He is constantly lying. He says he broke up with Alice to escape her abuse, but she was blackmailing him to stay with her.
When Alice had left the house, I finally thought I could escape our relationship and that I wouldn't have to see her again. This is when Alice began to start blackmailing me and threatening me because I was asking her to stay away. Alice told me that she was going to come back and that she was only gone for a night. When I told Alice I didn't want her to come back, she accused me of physically abusing her. Alice then threatened to report this lie to the police to stop me from trying to leave our relationship. I knew that now, if I tried to leave, Alice would accuse me of physically abusing her, as she had used this to get me to back down from trying to end our relationship in this conversation.
None of these messages are her trying to stay with him. It's her trying to get him to leave her stuff alone. Again, there's hundreds of messages, voice notes of him trying to get back together with her, and he just straight up lies to the camera about it.
Alice has written in her document that after our breakup, I begged for her to come back, and I also sent gifts and a letter to convince Alice to get back with me because I wanted her to forgive me. But this is not an accurate version of what had happened, and it is a lot more complicated than Alice has portrayed. She had intentionally lied and left out hundreds of messages and events that do not show the reality of what was actually happening. Alice was continuously
And then dropped
blackmailing me
700
and had been
pages.
abusing me for our entire relationship. I had tried to leave our relationship at many points, and Alice has taken this and wrote in her document that I would threaten to break up with her as a form of manipulation. This is not true, and I have shown that I tried to break up with Alice after she physically assaulted me and blackmailed me, and I stayed because she would threaten me if I tried to leave. At one point Alice told me that she wanted me to plan something soon, and then she said I should make her dinner. This is completely contradictory to the claims that Alice has made in her document, where she says she had no interest in talking to me, as in reality, she was emotionally manipulating me and blackmailing me while she was writing a document on me at the same time, trying to dismantle my life.
His receipts are 3 messages, with the most significant one saying, "Make me dinner." Her
Dinner. I don't know why planning dinner makes me think chicken Alfredo.
receipts are Alex ugly crying into the phone.
I've only realised how much I must have hurt you. I acted like when you left, but it was because you didn't care. But now I realise that it was the strongest thing, and it was the hardest thing for you to do, because it must have been so hard for you. Because I know how I feel now, and it can't be half as bad as what you feel.
Oh my
You
god.
left because you felt like you had no choice, and even then you wanted me to beg you to go back, and I didn't. Because I was being such a...
Notes to all men. Never. Never send your girlfriend a crying message. Especially if you're British accent, my goodness.
self-centered arsehole. I wanted to spend every minute now trying to make it up to you of my life. I want to dedicate my life to you, and I had the chance. I had you. You were by my side. You were laid in my bed, and I didn't, because I was too busy being like, oh, you would kiss me, because I pissed her off, and I pushed you so far away. I have so much to apologize for. I tried to make you call me all those times because I knew it was going to go on for a long time. And I wasn't lying when I said that my plan was to just do all of this right now. I think that's the worst part, is that even when I was insulting you on these conversations, even up until 4 days ago, you know, I wanted to make you call me because I wanted to go, hey, by the way, everything that I've said is completely wrong. Actually, I really f***ed you over, and I really thought, and I didn't do it, and because you wouldn't call me, I was like, oh, well, she doesn't want to call me, she doesn't deserve it. And oh, I'm just so stupid. I convinced myself you didn't deserve a proper apology. Goodbye, Alice. I did love you more than anything. Oh, God, it hurts to say. Because I can't love you anymore. You're not mine to love.
I don't want to be blackmailed again into staying in our relationship.
Meanwhile, 2 days later, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. Jamie, can you play?
Can I make a voice clip of that? You're not mine to love.
The clip showing Alex is lying?
At first I was crazy with heartbreak. I won't deny that. I was messaging you over and over and over again because I was so terrified that I couldn't fix this. And in that process, I pushed you further and further away because I wasn't trying to fix it. I just wanted you to give me the chance. That's insane. I've constantly put everything on you, made it your problem that you have to fix, like you have to fix me.
Jesus.
What do you think, black people? What a fucking liar, dude.
That's
What a
not-
fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
It scared the shit out of me.
This was a setup from the beginning. This was all a scheme to make him look like an abuser from day one. He repeatedly shows text messages from her saying, "Lucky I don't expose that." And let me update my story real quick as proof. That's apparently all we need to know to prove this conspiracy.
Alice had told me that she had recorded me during my manic episodes and when I'd reacted to the constant threats and physical attacks in our relationship. Alice would threaten to post these videos when I tried to leave and when we argued. I felt that I had no choice but to stay when Alice threatened me.
They come from September 2023, right before they moved in together. She says they had a call where she expressed that she was scared to move in with him because he was always insulting her. He texts, "Leave me alone."
Fix the calibration on
They insult
this.
each other, and then we see that the context she provided is true. Alex says, "You start going on about how you're scared to move in. Just die in a hole, you sad little cunt." She's like, "Who?
Jesus.
Just reassure me that things will be okay." And he starts mocking her. "Ooh, my feelings. Yay, you."
Hey, Willie didn't censor the C word? Willie! Willie!
He can't even type because he's so angry. Hate, die annoying freak. I want to scream in your face. He's like, "I just spoke my feelings and I'm scared. I don't want to be 30 being called a bitch by you." And he replies, "I don't want to be 24 with some girlfriend who's just bring my whole life down." They implode on each other until she says, "Lucky I don't expose that shit." So far, this has nothing to do with what Alex said.
Alice had told me that she had recorded me during my manic episodes and when I'd reacted to the constant threats and physical attacks in our relationship. Alice would threaten to post these videos when I tried to leave and when we argued.
Where's the threat over a manic video? I didn't see it. He's like, "Alice really should have been nice to me when I was manic. You wouldn't be diagnosed for another year. You didn't even know you could be manic." Let's just be clear on what Alex is trying to do here. He's trying to discredit the video where he follows her around the house for 6 minutes straight ranting at her while she says nothing as a manic episode. This is peak manipulation. Alex claims he was beaten up all the time over the cat.
And I'd reached the point where I was afraid to interact with our cat or Alice out of fear of being assaulted, as it had been going on for months at this point.
But when Alice confronts them from telling their friends, "She hit me all the time over a cat," these messages come from after they had broken up. Alex denied it. "No, I never said that. You hit me once over the cat." Alex claims it was a punch.
Alice calls me delusional and says I'm on Delulu Island for thinking that Alice had physically assaulted me for joking about the cat, but has written in her own document that she did push me, but it was because of me making these jokes about the cat. Alice texted me saying she hadn't hit me, and this was after I'd accused her of punching me in our bedroom in person, and then I had walked away.
But in these exact text messages that Alex is sharing, Alice proves that Alex never accused her of punching him at the time. It was always about a push. Alex turned it into a punch after they had broken up when
Push, punch, same thing. How do I calibrate this damn screen? What the? Why? They changed the settings for this. They updated the settings, and I don't know how to update the calibration on the screen. Wait, is this it? Calibration. There we go.
talking to his friends. The closest message I could find siding with Alex over this punch is him saying, "You don't hit me." She says, "I didn't hit you." And he replies, "You tried." So, did she miss? Are you counting that still? Only the cat knows the full story. But this barrage
Poor
of
cat.
physical abuse that Alex is describing, I just don't believe it. He's clearly exaggerating his story to try and get his career back. It's not a coincidence he started posting normal videos afterwards. But before we get to that, I want to point out some moments where Alex says something, but the text he puts on screen says the exact opposite.
We had many conversations about getting back together, and when I realized I was being emotionally manipulated and blackmailed by Alice, I tried to break it off on multiple occasions.
This is her saying, I left you, we aren't together. In this one, she says, go away after Alex threatens that he's getting angry. Here's Alex begging her to call him, and she won't. Does any of this look like Alice trying to get back with him? He says Alice would blackmail and threaten him if he didn't do exactly what she asked for, but he doesn't show any of those messages. Instead, he shows her asking him to leave a voice note.
I was desperate for any form of solution, as it is clear from the voice notes and videos that Alice has shared that the constant emotional manipulation was having a severe effect on me, and I was saying whatever I thought I had to at the time to end the constant arguing, fighting, and blackmail. Alice would string me along intentionally whilst blackmailing me and threatening me if I didn't do exactly as she had asked. She would then tell me to send voice notes apologizing, and she would refuse to call me on the phone after making accusations about me cheating on her or being physically abusive.
Bro, show those DMs. These mean nothing. None of these are about cheating. I don't think he knows what the word blackmail means.
I then asked Alice if she wanted to talk on call instead, as I struggle with communicating over text, and I thought that would make it easier. Alice then tells me that she is going to scream at me.
But if you pause and read the text, it says I'm not gonna scream. Even on the one singular argument that I thought Alex would be objectively right on, it turns out he's a moron. He says he's uncomfortable with Alice liking tweets from other guys saying they will treat her right.
Alice accused me of threatening to break up with her for liking followers' tweets, but has left out the singular tweet that she had liked and that we had had an entire text conversation about, as it would show that Alice was lying. When she was asked if these tweets were to do with cheating on Twitter, Alice said no and denied this. This, once again, is a lie. The entire conversation Alice references here is about cheating, and this is why she doesn't include or show the tweet and the hundreds of text messages that prove that she is lying once again, as she gaslit me and insulted me for hours, and is now trying to make people believe an entirely different story. After our first date, Alice liked a tweet from a follower that said they could treat her better.
I would have a problem if my girl started doing that. Most guys would. But then he reveals that she's an OnlyFans model.
This is untrue. Alice had told me that she wanted...
Well, to be fair, if you're dating anybody, like female that's a female, any female that's a content creator, and you're uncomfortable by her audience being like, "Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear," that's a you problem. Don't date a content creator. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen if you date a woman. You go take her to a bar, she's gonna get hit on. It's just what happens.
wanted to quit her job as an OnlyFans model. It was her idea and not mine.
Bro, of course she liked it. It's her business model. You're the one who chose to date someone who does OnlyFans. Plus, these text messages of her wanting to quit happened a month after she liked the tweet. Moron.
Kill yourself.
I cannot express how much Alex brought this upon himself. He tries to dodge all accountability, even though there's videos, audio recordings, catching him in his lies.
Anna has also used this as an opportunity to blame me for a situation we were involved in with another YouTuber called Slazo. The messages between us at the time show that Anna wrote the statement on Slazo with his ex-girlfriend Che, and that I ignored this message at the time that she had sent it to me. I was aware of the situation, but I had no involvement in writing anything, and Anna had even messaged me acknowledging that I didn't want to be involved, which is why I had not replied to her messages where she had tried to involve me.
I believe at one point Alex didn't want to get involved. He has a message showing as much, but it doesn't deny the fact that he eventually did. People who worked on the document say so.
Rumors, I don't know, maybe you can clarify this or not. I've heard rumors that Alex wrote portions or drafts of her statement for her. Like in a similar way that like...
I ended up finding out that multiple people wrote their own versions of a statement, and then like parts were picked apart. I think this was Alex's story, but it was like she had come to them with Hyoj, and they were like, help us write this because we're stupid, we don't know how to word it properly. In other words, saying, how do we actually manipulate this in the best way possible to fuck this guy over? That's how I originally saw it when they were talking like that.
There are messages from the Discord of Alex
Slazo
on when the draft needs to release. This guy sucks. He helps write false essay allegations, lies about it, abuses his...
That's funny. My only like exposure to Slazo was watching Sorrow TV collaborate with him, and then by the time like I learned more about him, he'd already like left content creation and was running MK. Which kind of sucks. Oh. But it makes me also wonder, like, how many people got canceled and now just, like, run shadow accounts. Not like, it's not like a shadow account. Like, he runs the channel, like, it's open, but it's his channel. There's still old videos of him voicing on the channel. But, like, how many canceled creators, like Mama Max? Like, obviously he doesn't because he's not doing so hot right now. But, like, what if he did, like, have some, like, either, like, an AI voice or had somebody he's, like, managing and pays to just, like, run a YouTube channel?
His girlfriend lies about it, and then he cries when she doesn't take his sexual assault story seriously enough after they had already broken up.
I believe Alice has created this false version of events due to a conversation that we had after we had broken up, as Alice has started to use personal stories that I had told her to torment me. I had confided in Alice about being sexually assaulted when we had begun dating, and after our breakup, Alice had blackmailed me and was using my reactions to build a document. So she started to follow people that I knew and had personal connections with to try and trigger a reaction from me. Alice followed the person who I had told her had sexually assaulted me in the hopes that I would react. I was incredibly upset that Alice was using something deeply personal that I had told her about in confidence as a way to get to me. Alice messaged me saying that I knew why, and then went on to clarify that she did this because she was upset with me. We continued to talk about it, and this is when Alice told me that I should have fought back.
And here she's admitting to it, asking Alex, why didn't you punch him after he raped you? I asked Alice why she did this, and she essentially says that she doesn't believe him. I don't even blame her. This is a boy who cried wolf situation where his credibility is so low. Even if it's true this time, nobody has reason to trust him. The first time we even hear about this story is in this video. He's using his abuse story to try and discredit the girl he abused. In the same video, he's been caught lying multiple times in already. This guy says 3 times a year he's got to purge his friend group because of SA.
So like it's been this thing now. Just talking to Fraser about it the other day. We were like, this is like a recurring theme in our group of friends. Happens like 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
For the last 3 years. That's mental.
Yeah.
It should not be like that.
Well, so what are you saying that
People get accused
of
of being
being
racist or pedophiles or just like being generally just like.
Alex is back to uploading
I would
normal
not
content.
admit
He has
that.
the gall to call out other people for lying. Hot calls the kettle black, the YouTube channel. Alex Elmsley. Can't spell it without the word lie. That's divine intervention right there. That'll be it for today. I'm still working on my Destiny Part 2 video where I interview a lot of people, including him in it. We discuss a lot of allegations.
People accusing you of doxing, right? Because you're referring to Kiwi Farms. Ryan did this with Anna. And then J-Stock is doing this. Queeman is sort of doing this where there's DMs about you saying like, hey, I wish this person, has this person been doxed yet?
Yeah, for Anna, that's bullshit. For just like Queeman, I'd kill him if I could. I'd show up their fucking house and do it. But not for Anna, no.
That
Now,
was
people
not
like
to
go,
doxer is what you're saying.
yeah, no, what the fuck? Like, why would I even want to do that? Like, what am I, once
Oh no, I think he posted he wanted to, like, punch Queeman. Shit.
like,
Willie wins that video coming
I
out.
do want somebody to kill Jistical, though, or Loud, or Mr. Girl, or Queeman. Those people can all die.
It's taken so long to come out because there's so many hours of interviews, so many court documents, so much information I want to put into it that it's hard for me to format into a YouTube video. But for better or worse, it's coming out. So subscribe to the channel, and thank you, Oro, for sponsoring.
What the fuck? Destiny crazy. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Huh? What is that? Should I play the coffin? In the incest game? I want to watch this video I saw. It's like why do mommy boys become villains? But it's like 3 hours long. That would be like an entire freaking stream. Actually, let me see. Huh? Boop. Boop. Can I consider this a tutorial for Live 2D?
Hello everybody, my name is Breelove Mura. I'm a live 2D artist and animator, modeler, rig person. I put the bones in the model, and this is a video of how I put the bones in this model over the course of 15 days. But the title is kind of clickbait because it was 15 days spread out over 3 months.
Okay,
I'm also
rude.
not counting how long it took me to draw the model because I don't have a good idea of how long that took, but I do have it in a recording, so I'll put it here.
I have a base that I bought
This is a
for the
disclaimer.
VTuber model.
This is not a tutorial. You might get something useful out of it. And I'm glad if
I would
you
show the
do,
whole base, but I don't
but
want to like
it's not a
risk
tutorial.
nudity.
It's mostly for entertainment purposes because I think my suffering in live 2D.
No, I want a tutorial. Give me a Live 2D tutorial. Teach me. This kind of might be kind of mean to say. I know Needy did a Live 2D rigger course, and I was tempted to like try it out, but I've bought one of her models, and I wasn't really a big fan of the rigging. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like $75 or $100 to like learn Live 2D rigging, like basics. And it's like, okay, I mean, you know, learn the basics of the program, but I feel like I could do that with YouTube. And one of Iron Mouse's riggers is actually on YouTube, and she does like tutorial videos, like in collaboration with Live 2D. The only downside is that they're in like Japanese spoken, but it's like maybe it's more useful because the English part is subtitles. But I feel like the program, I think, was in Japanese? I don't know. I'm just, like, afraid to download it because you only get, like, 14 days or so of trial. So I want to find a time when I can just, I don't know, maybe, like, download a practice file and play with that. Or do I have the files for this model? Like, if I had the files for this model and I can play with it, like figure out how they did, because I love the rigging on this model. I think they did an exceptional job. So if I can take examples from how they did, Oh, they did. It's here. They did give me the file. So, like, I don't know. Maybe we can practice, like, rigging clothes or something. Because this model has a nude base. And I would like a new outfit. Or at least I get something closer to what, like, my official design is. I feel like this is really squished. Maybe the eyes take up too much of the face, and that's what's bothering me. When you're drawing chibis, like, eyes should be, like, 80% of the face, for sure. But because I have so much face framing hair, it feels, like, claustrophobic, essentially. So what if we tried squishing in the face a little? Like, just a little bit. Can move these here. Yeah. Get this away from me. Okay. Maybe? Let's see. Let me fix the mouth, because the mouth being squished in is kind of throwing me off too. Maybe. I'm like, I don't know why I'm struggling with this emote, but I know why. It's because I'm not on my iPad. You get so used to drawing on one platform, it kind of becomes hard to move to a new one. Okay, I do like that. So then... I do think this arm needs to be a little chunkier, I think. Let's see the sketch. Let's try... Is this... Oh. I'm like using a light blue oh no, that looks terrible. I need another layer. There we go. Let's try this. I like drawing thumbs. Just thumbs, not the rest of the hand. But I just like the way thumbs are shaped. I don't know why. Like the way it connects. I find it very satisfying. And then like when the fingernail, I don't know, it's just little things. Like when the finger comes to a point and you see like the nail. And I just really like that. I don't know why. To draw from Sonic EX. Ah! Scared me. Thank you for the follow. No Sonic. I think my boyfriend asked me to draw a Sonic emote. And I said I would, but it ended up being a Leon from Resident Evil, which I like better. Even though I had to draw it twice. But thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I feel like I'm breathing heavily. Like after you eat a big meal. And it's a little thick. The thumb is too thick. Thick. There you go, more dainty. I like how emotes kind of like, not emotes, but like chibis kind of toe the line between like being kind of dainty, but also like chunky. Because that's the whole point, because they're cute, so like, say that if you use the profile of a cat, you can use it to draw anime girls. And it's like, yes, that's like the point. Like cute, big eyes. It's kind of like chibis are based on like babies because they're just cute. Mascots too. I also don't know what it is in like my old age that I don't really find like babies like super cute anymore. Like, wouldn't you think it's like the opposite? That like as you get older you would find them cute? Maybe my sister just needs to have another kid. Because those have like always been like the only kids that I care about are like my nieces and nephews. And then I'm like, yes, I would die for this child. But now they're like old and stinky and reaching puberty. It's like, you don't need me anymore. You don't need babysitter auntie. You're like darn near adults now. Not quite, but yeah. This pinky is driving me nuts. It's not even a pinky. Why? Why are hands so evil? Is it because his finger's too thick? Is that what it is? I think it's the finger's too thick. I didn't make it dainty enough, or it's too long. How did I draw the wave emote? Where is it? Or Niku's wave emote? Bop, 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 bop. Did Discord make the emotes bigger? Because they look very big now. I don't know if it's just me, but this hand is looking like a glove. Two, twee, and then the pinky. Let's make that a little flatter. Stop using the pen. I don't want the pen. I want the pencil. The pen is for inking. I did see like Drawbox, I think is the name. They recommend doing your studies in a pen. Because you can't just be like, oh, I could just erase it. Which, to be fair, I hate erasing because it just looks messy. And I find it, like, difficult to, like, see what I'm working on, I guess. So I tend to just have, like, a ton of layers. And just aggressively avoid traditional art because I have sloppy handwriting and it reflects in my art. So the sketches can be messy, which messes up my line art. So I do like 4 different like sketch layers nowadays, so that at least the emotes look cleaner. Because the sketch looks cleaner. Oh, that looks a lot better. So like now my method is a very rough sketch and then like a rough line art kind of sketch, and then I do like a final cleanup, and then I do the line art. But then I think I feel like happier with the final product overall. I think that might have been like the best like tip I've ever gotten for drawing, is to have cleaner line art, cleaner sketches. Because it is true that your mind is trying to make up for what's lacking. And it makes lining harder. And I think the sketches, like the really rough, like sketchy, helps to fill in those areas that might not be ideal. So when you have a cleaner sketch, you have less to fill in the blanks. You can process what you're looking at better. To me, at least. I think I just need more practice, too. Practice makes perfect. Ooh. Huh. I'm not a huge fan of how much of that hair it's covering, though, but the hand does look better. Big stretch. Okay, so let's clean up how much this is missing. So that this is cleaner. I am doing the right layer, right? Yes. Yes, I am. Oops. Zoom in. No, keep that part. But all this gotta go. And get rid of that sketch. Clean up. There we go. That's a little better. Ah! Uriel, you scared me! Oh my god! Uriel! Kitty! Where's my line art layer? Or did I make it? Oh, I'd made it too... the opacity too low. There we go. Big stretch. Okay. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna wrap up so I can get myself some dinner. Why do people keep calling the Suica model Chibi's real model? Oh my gosh, people are so silly. Where is my dashboard? Am I blind? I am blind. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up. I'll probably have this emote done tonight and uploaded to the channel for subscribers, and added to TikTok as a sticker. So I'll have 2 up. We should. That's the plan. I always stick to plans. Okay.